I said I had no more opinions, but I do actually have to share an opinion really quick. And this is on Drake, but he needs to hear my opinion. Okay. I never did speak about the diss tracks and all that and the battle and the beef, whatever the fuck. I don't even know what they call it really, okay? Um I mean, I did speak on it, but I didn't really go into depth. I kind of spoke quickly on it. Okay. There was a particular day I was trying to listen to a song. It was one of Drake's newer songs. And he had said something about people trying to perceive him on the internet and they should stop and drink some water and act like they're somebody's daughter. And I was like immediately offended. I was offended like I don't know why. I don't know why, but I just felt like he saw my reading. I know that sounds crazy, but I felt like it was a specific jab. I know what he doesn't know me, but I was trying to perceive him on the internet. And let me say something. Um, I started noticing things that were inappropriate like 2009. And so when we talk about how I was functioning at that time, I was rebelling against misogyny in my own life, but definitely not when in the fight, you know? And uh, because we're already on that vibration at the time, right? All of this stuff is happening, and though we think, oh, that's not appropriate, right? Even though we think that, we're still within the programming, so we're on autopilot essentially, and so it's like autopilot to continue to digest the the rhetoric, even though I don't subscribe. Like it's like getting a meal service sent to you, but you never ordered it. You know what I mean? Um, and so I'm on that track and I was still on that track and I stayed on that track. I was talking to someone the other day about how it seems to penetrate in a way that you don't even see it. I just listened to Moneybag Yo bussin' like twice in my life. Like it came on while one of my playlists was running or on YouTube or something like that. And one day I went to go part my hair, right? And for 2 whole seconds, I was like, I'm not bussing because I can't actually get a middle part. My my first lock right here in the front is actually like from right here to right here. So there is no ability for a middle part. Hello. And so I appreciate that. Um, so for about 2 split seconds, because of this song that is incredibly degrading, I was like, dang, I'm not bussing. It just infiltrated that quickly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I've only heard the song 2 times. Okay. A matter of fact, I know the first time I listened to it was when it was first dropped, and there was like a discussion about his girlfriend was starring in the video, and was he degrading his girlfriend by putting her in the video, right? I don't even know her name. So that's just how much I'm not that far into it. But the deeper you get into it, the more misogynist it is and the more disgusting it is, right? So um I'm just like he's like the nice guy misogynist. So and he does do the sweet whispering in the ears and stuff like that. So it was easy to continue to digest, even though I'm watching in real time him behaving inappropriately with young women. Okay. Every single time. Every single time. Even though, um, like I could ugh, ugh, ugh. But then I would just keep listening. And so I'm still further pumping it into myself because now I am a little self-conscious about not having a flat stomach. But I hear it so much, I'm like, dang, you know? And not even realizing that's where it's coming from, especially because um the majority of my story that I speak on when I recall memories, I'm recalling them by using the music that was out at the time. So I also cling to it for a lot longer because I'm trying to hold on to my story, you know? So, um I dislike people on some lives because they will down talk you about the religion you follow and your sexuality. Uh I mean, I guess I've spoken on sexuality. I've spoken on religion, and my beliefs are you are allowed to believe what you want to believe, but my personal belief is it's all witchcraft. It's just got a different name for each of it. Magic is all that there is. But if you want to do what you want, um, to this live, just had one person do that before I came to this live. On what live? Whose live was it? FNN Auto Repair. Well, okay, that was off topic anyway, so let me get back on topic here, which was part of the reason, even though whew, don't even get me started on Mr. West. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. That's one of his lines from his song. Like, it doesn't stop coming out of my mouth. Watching them behave in the manner that they have has definitely been uh, what I'm talking about. I am talking about how I'm finally like letting go of misogynistic music and like phasing it out of my listening. So, and how that affected me, and I'm watching myself behave in certain ways and like be self-conscious about certain things because it comes with that and it's funny because I would say like 2 years ago, I did a video where I was talking about attachment styles and how they pump the attachment styles in the music as well. And the article that I used actually used some of the artists that I listen to consistently. So even then, I was still pumping myself the attachment styles as well. You know what I'm saying? So between all of those things, um, it's been like a really interesting journey because um some of my memories are unlocked by certain songs, like you know the discography. I can break down my life by the discography, and what I was relating to. And so the only okay, I'm back to what I was the point. This is the point. um all of the things that I experienced that I needed to have um these memories for, right? The music aligned to the experiences. When I'm sitting here and I'm talking about, yeah, this guy got me on drugs, and this guy assaulted me, and this guy abandoned me, and this guy, I had to get a restraining order. When I'm talking about this stuff, um, consider the songs that I've mentioned or that I've shown on this channel, which is going to be hard because I got like 700 videos, but consider that those songs were pretty high up on the misogyny scale. So my music was assisting me in that vibration, right? So um, you can only enjoy what you are. So for the last couple of years, that hasn't really aligned anymore. Like there's one, I think I did like one or two videos where they were in the background and they were definitely on point and what I needed, right? But ultimately, moving away from them, and then like it's still hard because even in I was listening to a little bit of R&B, which is definitely softer, but I mean the tones are still there. um and trying to find I'm on TikTok and found some new people, but they're not on Apple yet. I pay for Apple. I like Apple. So, um I can't even get with, the new people. They're not even on any streaming actually because I would switch streaming to get some of the people I heard, but they're just like independent artists that haven't really made their break, and it's like, oh, okay. Uh stuff like that. But I am getting better at broadening the horizon in which I listen to music, because another thing too, again, because it's because I'm unlocking memories with the music. Now that I hear those songs, well, I don't need to be reminded anymore. It has been documented. There's 780, this is I think 783 um YouTube name is that show. Uh okay. Um Yeah, it's been documented. So, listening to that even just keeps me in a loop of flashbacks and stuff like that. So, I did want to bring that up. Like, we were all actively watching him do it, but we weren't woke enough to do anything. So, I'm not really like, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm probably done talking about stuff though. Like, my suggestion if you're on this channel is to go to the very beginning, because I kind of went through some spiritual psychosis and you can watch that progress, and it's pretty cool to watch it if you watch it that way. But anyway, um dang, I'm getting distracted by my chat. I'm about to turn chat off because I was never really cut for live videos. I just don't have a lot of space on my phone. Um, Seeing if I can get back to the point. Oh yeah. So like there was a moment of guilt from having continued to listen to the music and like wondering, well, like I saw him do that. I saw him do that. Why didn't I stop listening to him then? I saw him do that. Why didn't I stop listening to him then? I saw old boy over there do that. Why didn't I stop listening to him then? The reason is because it was all very normal to you anyway. Until you're woke, you weren't woke enough to stop it. You weren't woke enough to stop it. I mean, it's just that simple. So, yeah, I don't externally uh participate in a lot of misogyny. The person I've been most misogynistic to is oneself. I have been struggling a lot with some of the things that I still have habit of doing. That is definitely rooted in that, not necessarily what I believe about myself, but knowing and having been on the receiving end of misogyny to an incredibly disgusting and egregious degree. Um, that is internalized, like the damage of misogyny for oneself. How that got me not having that understanding, uh, and how that got me into a lot of trouble, because even from my own experiences of making poor choices in terms of being male centered to some degree, um, even in those times of not being male centered, because it's not like every day I was up a dude's ass, um, there was still that feeling So I feel that feeling starting to dissipate, and I know because I'm no longer aligned with an individual, and that happened because that's what was going on there. You know what I'm saying? So I can only tolerate, and you can only, chill with what you. I don't even follow Drake on anything anymore, uh, or Kendrick, because I said just because he came out there and said what he had to say. Which again, in my reading, Drake, should you ever watch this shit, I had said that the speculation doesn't look good, and it would never ever make sense to be doing some stuff like that. So, that came back to bite you. And just because Kendrick called you out on it, first of all, it was public knowledge. We all knew it. We just weren't really woke enough to deal or to make those different choices because it was still part of our normal daily life, you know. But I don't even think Kendrick any better though. And I have said this. I said that in the New Year's update. I don't think Kendrick's any better just because he's not been caught with a child. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he still has, they all still have, misogynistic rhetoric. And not only do they just, he's, to our knowledge, he's not married, but has children with a woman. And that's like the number one thing in misogyny, oh, in black misogyny, you know? So I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. I am grateful, and I know that their music served a purpose. You know, their mu- it's just such a bittersweet and double-edged sword because especially Kanye's music, I literally feel like I was touched by the ancestors through his music. But I can't stand for the misogyny anymore. It got me here. There's videos with lyrics that inspired other things, other thoughts, deep thoughts, Bible scriptures. It brought out a lot. So I don't have anything else to say though. I have one more video to post that is coming off of TikTok since TikTok is going away, and that is it. 700. I think I'm ending at 785 videos. You can always go back. Like I said, start from the beginning because I go through a progression of psychosis. And I actually called it when I was editing a video and I like did a voiceover very early on and still didn't even realize I was still going down. But anyway, I hope you see this one day, Aubrey Graham. Like I was rooting for you. Everybody was fucking rooting for you. Well, actually, no, they weren't, but I was.